welcome than Haley.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to First Parish Brewster. We are a Unitarian, Universalist, welcoming congregation of people of diverse philosophies and beliefs, people of various cultures and races, sexual orientations, gender identities, abilities, and socioeconomic backgrounds. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your path, may this be a place of rest and restoration on your journey. I'm Wilderness Sarah Child, happy to welcome you to worship today with Worship Associate Joanne Powers and Twinks Hastings, our Director of Lifespan Religious Education. We also welcome our guest musicians today, Tom Ferris on piano, Stacy Ferris on flute, and Haley Labden, vocalist, who is also Tom's chorus student at Nauset Regional High School. Our services are recorded and available on our YouTube channel midweek. Masks are now optional in worship, although we do have the back right-hand area that will remain mask required in order to support a welcoming space for all. At First Parish, we also welcome and celebrate our children, youth, and families, and the gifts they bring into our community, along with the noises, movements, and mirth that accompany them. Please, however, take a moment to silence your cell phones. For those of you who may be first-time visitors, welcome. If you would like to learn more about First Parish Brewster, please fill out a welcome card found on the back of the pew in front of you and place it in the offertory basket during the offertory. There is also a very handy information pamphlet in your pews that has helpful information to welcome you. Welcome on this morning. which we make sacred by our presence together. And a big welcome to people streaming. We're so glad that you're here. We have 2 announcements today. One is that we have new hearing devices available at the back left in the sanctuary. And if you need help with them, Irie, Marcia, and John are back there to help you. Many members of our congregation have been experiencing difficulty discerning the spoken parts of the service. And these devices with headphones transmit a simultaneous radio signal of the mic input, making it much easier for hard of hearing folks to get the clarity for speech. And Joanne Hush is coming up for our second announcement.
I'll stand here, but I'm going to hang on. Next Friday, May 17th, is the 20th anniversary of marriage equality in Massachusetts. I agree. And it was a big day historically, but it was really a big day here at First Parish. Our beloved Linda and Gloria Bailey Davies were one of the 7 plaintiff couples, and I know many of you know this, but all of you may not. And so they had the full support of First Parish and this congregation, and it was quite a rough and ragged ride, but so exciting. And so we'd like you to come into the parish room afterwards and share some special refreshments with us and congratulate Linda and Gloria and all the couples, the same-sex couples of First Parish who have married and taken advantage of that during this past 20 years. So see you later.
Something great to celebrate today. Please take a moment and greet your neighbors.
Hi. Oops.
I don't know. I'm just going to wait. No. She looks like she's going to say something else. Good morning.
Thank you.
No.
Welcome to worship. It is so good to be together.
Yes.
I pray you'll be their eyes and watch them where they go and help them to be wise, help them to let go. Every mother's prayer, every child knows. Lead them to a place guide them with your grace to a place where they'll be safe. I pray they find your light and hold it in their heart as darkness falls each night. Remind them where you are. Every mother's prayer, every child knows. Lead them to a place, guide them with your grace to a place where they'll be safe. Lead them to a place, guide them with your grace to a place where they'll be safe.
My husband Barry and our kids like to pretend that they're members of SEAL Team 6. You know, that's special forces of Navy SEALs who are trained to withstand any danger there is. They pretend that they helicopter down into war zones to rescue the prisoners, and they take their job in counterterrorism very seriously. They have an important job to do, which is why I'm not allowed on the team. Mom, you'll get us all killed. If we were prisoners of war, you'd go on and on about family secrets, and you'd blab on and on about your feelings. Apparently, feelings is the #1 rule on SEAL Team 6, is no feelings allowed. And don't reveal any sign of weakness. I guess that's it. I'll try. So at the beginning of the Celtics season this year, Shawnee, our daughter, decided that she wanted to do a family draft pick. So we'd all get to pick our own teams. So she picked the star, Jason Tatum. Barry got Jaylen Brown. Eli got Derek White. And they gave me a few players on the bench who I never even heard of. Why can't I get the starting lineup? Well, Mom, you don't know the rules of the game. You always cheer at the wrong time. And you always call their jerseys costumes. All in favor of Mom going to bed early, raise your hand. And they all laugh. So this year, actually last Mother's Day, our son gave me a gift. And I opened it to find a certificate of membership into SEAL Team 6. But it read, due to your despicable behavior, your membership in SEAL Team 6 is on a probationary period only, and it must be renewed every 6 months. And everybody laughed, but me. I played it cool, I didn't say a word. I had the best poker face there was. And if this was a prisoner of war and they were pinning my fingernails back, I wouldn't reveal a thing. It was all quiet on the Western Front. It drove them crazy. Mom, talk to us. Are you okay? Yeah, fine, everything's fine. Yeah, well, Mom, please, we're sorry, we were only kidding. Eli said a few days later, the reason why don't tell anybody that you're not a member of SEAL Team 6 is because you are SEAL Team 6. We would never survive without you. It's like, oh. I didn't want to show a sign of weakness, but I did start to cry. That's the best Mother's Day gift you could ever give me. And besides, Mom, your father's your dad's really boring to make fun of, so. And I think that's why we come to church, to be a part of the team. All rise in body or spirit. In the gray hymnal, For All That Is Our Life, 128, and remain standing for the chalice lighting and affirmation.
We light the chalice today for mothers and for all who nurture others, for those who have taken on the task of nurturing a young one into adulthood, for those who have nourished the light of truth and compassion in growing minds and hearts, for those who have committed time, money, and energy to the growth of others in this world. We light this chalice to celebrate and hold dear this flame of love. We believe in love.
Love is the doctrine of this church.
We believe in truth.
The quest for truth is its sacrament.
We believe in helping others.
And service is our prayer.
We believe in the sacredness of life.
To the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine.
Good morning, everyone. We're actually going to shuffle this way. So if all the children want to come on this way, you can leave your pillows and dance, but we're going to shuffle right over here. All right. So what day is it today? Mother's Day. Were we all very kind to our moms this morning? Yeah. Well, Jetpick has a message for us, so who would like to open his backpack? Okay, come on up, Olive. What does it say?
Be kind to your nurturers.
Be kind to your nurturers. That seems like a good message. Does anyone know what our theme for this month is? It's probably the hardest one. pluralism. It's the P in JETPIG. And what that means is that we have to try and be kind and caring and accepting of everyone who's here, no matter if their beliefs are different than ours, or if they support the Yankees or the Red Sox. I don't know, is that the wrong sports ball? Whoever you are, ours is a faith of pluralism, which means it's a faith where we are kind to everyone. And so, this being Mother's Day, I figured it would be great to have a little song about how we can be kind to our parents, because it's really an important thing to do. And Anna and Grace are going to sing it for us, which is awesome. They're mother and daughter.
Think it over once or twice.
Be kind to your parents, though they don't deserve it. Remember the grown-ups, a difficult stage of life. They're apt to be nervous and overexcited, confused from the daily storm and strife. So keep in mind, though it seems hard, I know. Most parents once were children long ago. Incredible. So treat them with patience and sweet understanding, despite all the foolish things they do. Someday you may wake up and find you're a parent too.
All right, with that beautiful message of being kind to our parents, regardless if they're having one of those days, we are going to sing our children out. Oh, actually, we're going to light our lantern first. Eleanor, you were going to light it for us? There you are. Then we'll sing our children out. All right, as we carry the flame of your love downstairs, let's sing our children out.
Children, may you go now in peace. Children, may you go now in joy. Love surrounds you on your way.
Each week, we have the practice of splitting our offertory plate. Half of what is collected goes to the work of First Parish Brewster, and the other half goes to a worthy organization nominated by members of this congregation. This morning's offering is a split plate with Oxfam. Oxfam is a global organization working to end the injustices of poverty. The organization helps people all over the world build better futures for themselves, holds the powerful accountable, and saves lives threatened by disasters. Oxfam coordinates with many organizations and the UN to help refugees. The mission is to build lasting solutions. Your offering will benefit this organization and the great work of First Parish Brewster. Make checks out to FPBUU with split plate on the memo line. Please write a separate check for pledge payments. Alternatively, you can text to give at the number that's in your program. The morning offering will now be gratefully received.
Back through the years I go wandering once again, back to the seasons of my youth. I recall the box of rags that someone gave us, and how my mama put the rags to use. There were rags of many colors, but every piece was small, and I didn't have a coat, and it was way down in the fall. Mama sewed the rags together, sewing every piece with love. She made my coat of many colors that I was so proud of. As she sewed, she told a story from the Bible she had read about a coat of many colors Joseph wore, and then she said, perhaps this coat will bring you good luck and happiness. And I just couldn't wait to wear it, and Mama blessed it with a kiss. My coat of many colors that my mama made for me, made only from rags, but I wore it so proudly. Although we had no money, I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. So with patches on my breeches and holes in both my shoes, in my coat of many colors, I hurried off to school, just to find the others laughing and making fun of me in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. Oh, I couldn't understand it, for I felt that I was rich, and I told them of the love my mama sewed in every stitch. And I told them all the story Mama told me when she sewed, and how the coat of many colors was worth more than all their clothes. But they didn't understand it, and I tried to make them see that one is only poor only if they choose to be. Now I know we had no money, but I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me, made just for me.
Thank you, Haley. That's beautiful. In the spirit of prayer and meditation, please close your eyes or focus them downwards. In this community, we share our joys and triumphs, our sorrows and our broken places. In this circle of care, we make space for the complexity of life, the myriad experiences that bless and break our hearts. The truth of human experience dictates that on any given day, we each come to the table with hearts in different places, even today on Mother's Day. In this circle of care, we honor the truth that mothering is not and never will be quantified in one single descriptor. Mothering can be elusive or infuriating, fulfilling or confusing, commonplace or triumphant. It exists in the everyday experiences of each person. There is no human being that is not connected to or disconnected from a mother. And so we honor the complexity of experience, writ large in flowered platitudes, but here in this space, laid bare, honoring the truth in each of our hearts. There is room for all in this circle. If you have carried a child or children, whether or not they came to be born, we see you. If you have fervently wished to do so and circumstances of fate made it impossible, we see you. If you love children we cannot see, whether because of death or estrangement, we see you. If you never wanted to be a mother, we see you. If you are happy to mother other people's children as an educator, an auntie, a fairy godmother, or a foster parent, we see you. If your mother hurt you physically or emotionally, we see you. If you had no mother at all, we see you. If your gender says you are not a mother and yet you take on the role of nurturer, we see you. If you wonder whether your mothering has been enough, we see you. And if yours is a different truth altogether, we honor your unspoken story. There is room for all in this circle. May it be so today and always. Blessed be. Please open your Teal hymnal to number 1002, Comfort Me.
Comfort
In 1872, Unitarian Julia Ward Howe began advocating for the creation of a Mother's Day for Peace. Howe felt that mothers should gather to prevent the cruelty of war and the waste of life. She had a deeply religious and philosophical spirit and great passion for social justice. She led the struggle for many causes, such as abolition, women's suffrage, and universal world peace. Howe is best known as the author of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. This song became an anthem for the American Civil War. Despite having penned the Battle Hymn of the Republic 12 years earlier, Howe had become so distraught by the death and carnage of the Civil War that she called on mothers to come together and protest what she saw as the futility of their sons killing the sons of other mothers. She called for an International Mother's Day, a call for peace. This is her proclamation in her own words.
Arise then, women of this day. Arise, all women who have hearts, whether our baptism be of water or of tears. Say firmly, we will not have our great questions decided by irrelevant agencies. Our husbands will not come to us, reeking of carnage for caresses or for applause. Our sons shall not be taken from us to unlearn all that we've been able to teach them of charity, of mercy, and patience. We, the women of one country, will be too tender of those of another country to allow our sons to be trained to injure their sons. From the bosom of the devastated earth, a voice rises up with our own, and it says, disarm, disarm. The sword of murder is not the balance of justice. The sword of murder is not the balance of justice. Blood does not wipe out dishonor, nor violence indicate possession. As men have often forsaken the plow and the anvil at the summons of war, let women now leave all that's left of home for a great and earnest day of council. Let us meet first as women to bewail and commemorate the dead. Let us solemnly take counsel with each other as the means whereby the great human family may live in peace. And each learning, after our own time, is the sacred impress, not of Caesar, but of God.
For weeks prior to Mother's Day, there are advertisements telling us to send flowers and restaurants making pushes for reservations. On the day of, you can't turn on your TV, radio, or a website without someone imploring you to call your mother. Hallmark, restaurants, and florists do a bang-up business on this day. And it's an easy sell. After all, everyone's got a mother, right? Or maybe not. What we do know is that Mother's Day is often fraught, deeply fraught. Just in this room, and certainly in our communities, there are people who struggle with this day for many reasons, whether because of loss or infertility or broken relationships or economics or simply the unreasonable demands of commercialization. Now, this isn't to say we shouldn't celebrate motherhood. It is amazing. And for some of us, having been well mothered and the act of mothering is an awesome miracle. But we also should take a moment to acknowledge the wide spectrum of feelings on this day. Mother's Day is complicated. It's right there on the calendar, even if your mother has died. It's Mother's Day, even if you have been told yet again that you're still not pregnant. Or if you've never been more scared than you are right now because you are pregnant. Even if your own mother's priorities included everything and everyone but you, there's going to be a Mother's Day. Even if you have scars, ones you can see or ones you can't, it's Mother's Day. Let's acknowledge how difficult it is to have this day right alongside with how joyful this day can be. A man named Michael talks about facing this day. He and his husband adopted a child, and last week their daughter was sent home from daycare with a card addressed to Mom. Neither Michael nor his husband are mothers, but they nurture. And what about the women who are intentionally child-free? They are not mothers. They have no children, either those they have born or those they have adopted or fostered. And possibly they don't have any spiritual or emotional children either. There is no one in their life who calls them mom for any reason. And that is by choice. It's as though we are incomplete as women if we don't have children, or at the very least have some impulse for children. Hallmark does not remember the people who don't fit the commercialized image of the traditional mother. There are no cards on the rack for those who gave up children for adoption, never to see them again. No cards for those who face the painful and difficult choice to end a pregnancy. No cards for those who desperately want to conceive and bear children and cannot. No cards for those who have lost children of any age, or for those whose children have abandoned them in anger. No cards for mothers who used to be fathers. Every year when Mother's Day rolls around, I wish there was just a little less hype about traditional motherhood and a little more acknowledgement of not so traditional mothers in our midst. People who come in all colors, shapes, sizes, genders, and ages. And more than anything, I wish there was a lot more empathy for those who suffer, because as mothers are being honored, they don't fit in quite the same wonderful way. Let us honor them all this day. Women who conceived, women who bore, women who reared, women who lost, women who let go, women who made different choices, and people of any gender who mother. May each of you know your worth to all of us.
I told this story a number of years ago about our daughter, Shawnee. And I realized in looking back at it that I had made myself the hero of the story. And I just wanted to be clear that Shawnee's the true hero of the story, and I'll tell you why. It's not the Hallmark version of Mother's Day, and it has some strong language. Our daughter Shawnee was adopted from a small village in China at 6 months old. The paperwork said that she was found in front of a police station on a hot August morning without any note to identify her. I remember going to China to pick her up and walking through the streets of Haifei with the air smoky and thick, and feeling completely out of place in the sea of Chinese faces as I hold my Chinese baby. The old women here didn't politely glance my way. They came rushing up, gawking and reprimanding me for not dressing Shawnee warmly enough. She arrived from the orphanage wrapped like a mummy, dressed in 5 layers of clothes to ward off the January cold. And when I unwrapped her, she stayed frozen in position with her arms and legs unbendable. I looked into Shawnee's dark eyes that first night with equal parts awe and dread. You don't look familiar. Were we supposed to meet? I knew in that moment that she and I would be bound together as mother and daughter. And I vowed to her that I'd be the best mother I could be. I'd bring her home, I'd dress her in Baby Gap clothes, and I'd push her baby carriage down the sunny side of the street while singing The Sound of Music. But when she arrived home, we both started singing a different tune. By 7, I hate you with a passion. By 9, you aren't even my real mother, I despise you. By 12, get off of me, you whore. Well, isn't that nice to say to your mother? I'll get off of you when you stop hitting me. Now go to your room. I searched for the books on what to do if she didn't go to her room, because there's no chapter on pinning her to the ground. There's no chapter on wrestling the door shut while she kicks it in. I frantically searched the books. How to be a supermom and 10,000 easy steps. Keeping your cool with Buddha's peaceful, perfect parenting. Go to your room now. Make me. I watched the other mothers drop their kids off at the elementary school, and all the little cherubs are looking back. Bye, Mom, I love you, see you after school. And me dragging Shawnee, crying, miserable and half-dressed, out of the car, pouring her out onto the sidewalk. And when I peel out of that parking lot, I scan the horizon. Where are those hills alive with the sound of music? And I cry my way back home. I call my own mother. That's a whole other story. My mother is the angel that sits on one shoulder saying, whatever you do, don't trust anyone. And Shawnee's on the other screaming, I don't trust anyone, especially you. And me in the middle trying to figure out my own issues on trust, ones I can't find in the book. I have no choice, I have to trust myself. If I give in to Shawnee now, she'll always feel unloved. I reason I have to stand like steel. She has to push against me to know I'm unbending. This is just what it is. I may not be the mother you want, but I'm the only one you got. No matter how much crap you pull, I'm not going anywhere. Do you hear me? Now go upstairs and turn out the light. Shawnee reaches up and grabs my arm. If you turn out that light, she said, I'm going to kill you. And I smack her on the face. She's stunned, and something in me breaks apart in that moment. I can feel the sting of my mother's hand across my own face. I'm on the firing squad, and I face her like a coward. It's her will against mine. She's not going to lose. She survived a Chinese orphanage. Her will comes at me with the force of someone hanging off the cliff by her fingernails. I hate my bed. I'm not going to bed, and you can't make me. Nothing prepares me for how hard I have to fight, and I am pissed. My own anger scares me more than hers. But what am I waiting for her to break first? I think that is what I want. I want Shawnee to break open. I want to keep unwrapping her like that first night in China, layer upon layer, until I can uncover the place where she's whole. I go outside and I walk through my neighborhood and I look in through my neighbors' windows. And from the outside, they all seem so happy and safe. They're moving in and out of rooms as if underwater. Everything's seamless and smooth. I imagine going in and opening the refrigerator and pouring myself a glass of wine. Sitting down for dinner, we laugh, we tell stories. I go back out to my own house and I look in through the window and I'm watching Shawnee struggle with her homework. I take a deep breath to open the door, but it's locked. I can hear my mother fiddling with the safety latch. If you're trying to sell anything, we don't want anything, my mother says. Very funny, Mom. Open the door. And to my surprise, Shawnee steps past my mother and opens the door wide. Let Mommy in, Grandmom. And over the next few months, Shawnee allows me in even a little bit more. One night, she lets me do her hair. She doesn't try to get away. I do her nails, we eat chocolate chip cookies, we sing our favorite song, the Joe Cocker version of You're So Beautiful to Me. The next week I go upstairs and I find a Mother's Day card on my pillow. Happy Mother's Day. You're really a good fricking mother. Love, your forever daughter, Shawnee. And I put it in my underwear drawer for safekeeping. When all the other mothers are worried about their teenage daughters pushing away, naturally, Shawnee finally crawls into my lap. Tell my adoption story, Mommy. And I tell it over and over again. When she graduates from high school, she looks over at me. Mom, don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. You know I love you, don't you, Mom? You're the best mother in the world, and I love you so much. And I put her arms in mine. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. I have a little addendum to that story. I just want to say that our daughter Shawnee did grow up in this church. She was dedicated here. And now she works over at Latham Center, where she stands strong against kids tantruming for her. She's got the biggest heart I know, and we're very proud of her. Thank you.
I would be remiss on Mother's Day not to include and honor the mother of us all, the earth herself. Now, Mother Earth may be a metaphor, a name to focus on nurturing and life-giving aspects of nature. Casting nature as a collective mother goes as far back as mothers themselves. Cultures on every continent throughout time have honored many different mother goddesses. True, Earth is actually just this 4.5 billion-year-old rock hurtling through space 92 million miles from the sun. Earth orbits a part of the solar system called the habitable zone. This fortunate coincidence is what makes our lives possible. Earth provides food to feed us, water for us to drink, and air for us to breathe. If you were to thrust humanity into the cold and dark universe, we would die. On this Mother's Day and every day of our lives, may we remember the Great Mother, our divine Mother Earth, who sustains us, whose body is the very substance of our existence, the very ground we walk upon, the very source of our being. Considering the planet as our most essential mother, we can begin to look at ourselves and all life forms as one family on earth, sharing our living, our dying, our birth. Thank you, beautiful dancers. Is this on? Okay. Please rise and body your spirit for hymn number 1069 in the Teal hymnal, Ancient Mother, and we'll sing it through twice. For all the mothers and mother figures, the grandmothers, aunts, and extended family members who mother, the soon-to-be mothers, the wish they were mothers, the never wanted to be mothers, the it's complicated mothers, the birth mothers, foster mothers, adoptive mothers, stepmothers, the used-to-be dad mothers, and more than one mom mothers, the single mothers, separated mothers, stay-at-home mothers, unhoused mothers, the grieving mothers, those who grieve their mothers, and those whose grief is complex. For all the communities that mother, and for all who depend on the Great Mother. You are held, you are beloved. Blessed be. Please join us in the parish room to celebrate equal marriage and say your congratulations to Linda and Gloria who started this whole thing. Thank you.